Have you ever said yes when every part of you wanted to say no? You kept the peace. You smiled. You helped. But inside, you felt drained, maybe even invisible. Because there's a hidden cost to being the nice one. And it doesn't just affect your energy. It quietly damages your relationships, your health, and even your sense of self. And the scary part? Most people don't even realize it's happening until they feel completely exhausted. So in this video, you'll see why people-pleasing feels natural, how it slowly rewires your life, and how to stay kind without losing yourself. Let's start with where this damage shows up first, and it's not where most people expect. At first, being nice feels safe. You avoid conflict. You say yes. People appreciate you. And for a while, it works. But slowly, something shifts. The more you ignore your needs, the more people learn they can too. Your boundaries become flexible. Your time becomes expected. And before you even notice it, relationships start feeling one-sided. You become the helper, not the one being understood. And here's the part most people miss. If you're always hiding your real thoughts, people aren't connecting with you. They're connecting with the version of you that never says no. That's where resentment begins. You smile on the outside, but inside, frustration builds. And over time, the thing you thought would create closeness actually creates distance. But here's where it gets worse. That emotional pressure doesn't just stay in your relationships. It starts affecting your body too. People think burnout comes from working too much, but a huge part of it comes from constantly managing other people's comfort. Think about it. You're always asking, will this upset them? What do they need? How do I avoid conflict? Even when you're resting, your mind isn't. It's always scanning, adjusting, calculating, and your body treats that like stress, which is why you feel drained even on days when you didn't do much. This isn't laziness, it's emotional overload. You start feeling tired, anxious, overwhelmed, even after helping others, because deep down, you've trained yourself to believe everyone else matters more than you. And if that pattern continues long enough, you don't just lose energy, you start losing something much deeper. At first, it's small. You go along with their plans, their choices, their needs. No big deal. But over time, you stop checking in with yourself. And what you don't use fades. Until one day, someone asks you, "What do you want?" And you don't have an answer because your focus has always been on everyone else. That's when life starts feeling empty. You're present, but unseen. Busy, but unfulfilled. And here's why. When you constantly treat your needs as unimportant, you start believing they are. That's the real cost of being too nice. Not kindness, but losing yourself. So now the real question becomes, how do you stop this without becoming cold or selfish? Most people think the answer is to care less, but that's not it. The real shift is understanding the difference between being nice and being kind. Being nice is driven by fear, fear of rejection, fear of conflict, fear of disappointing people. It says, I need to keep everyone happy. But real kindness is different. It includes self-respect. It says, I care about you, but I won't abandon myself. And that's where boundaries come in. Boundaries aren't selfish. They're honest. When you say no with respect, you stop resentment. When you express your needs, people finally see the real you. That's how real relationships are built. But knowing this isn't enough. Because the hardest part isn't understanding boundaries, it's actually using them. The hardest part about saying no isn't the word itself, it's the guilt that follows. Because if you've been people-pleasing for years, saying no feels wrong, even when it's right. So don't start big. Start with a pause. The next time someone asks you for something, don't answer immediately. Just stop and ask yourself, what do I actually want? That one pause breaks the automatic yes. Then respond simply, thanks, but I can't make that work. No long explanations. No over-justifying. Start small. Decline little things. Set tiny limits. Because every time you do, you teach your brain something powerful. Boundaries don't destroy connection. They protect it. And once that fear starts to fade, everything begins to change. Being too nice was never really about kindness. It was about feeling safe. About trying to earn connection by putting yourself last. But real connection doesn't come from self-sacrifice. It comes from honesty, from boundaries, from showing up as your full self. Because when kindness costs your peace, it's no longer kindness. It's self-erasure. And once you see that, there's one more thing you need to understand. Who actually benefits when you don't have boundaries? Because some people are drawn to those who always say yes. And if you don't recognize that pattern, you can end up stuck in relationships that quietly drain you. If this helped you to understand yourself better, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss the future videos that explains you